All right, so let's talk about this massive Star Wars collection that you had to drive out to the Midwest to acquire.
Yeah,
Let's retell that story.
I don't remember how I found out about it, but it was up for sale. And what happened is they were coming out with a new Star Wars movie, Empire Strikes Back, and all the Star Wars porcelain and a lot of other things that they had were from the old first Star Wars movie. And what happened is they were selling the whole warehouse. They had to move out of it for some reason. And so I had to rent a 32, 36-foot long truck. I was supposed to drive out to, I think it was, I think it was in Michigan. Well, no, yeah, I'm pretty sure it was Michigan, not Minnesota. But I had to drive out to the warehouse, which took a whole day. And I had another fellow who was going to drive with me, but then he couldn't come. And, I had to stay in a motel. And, when I went to the warehouse, they opened up the door. The whole thing was loaded with boxes. And there were a few pieces out. There was Star Wars cookie jars. Oh my God! They had all the figures from Star Wars in porcelain. They were about 6 or 8 inches tall, and they showed me like Luke Skywalker, and I think they had 200 of those. And then they showed me another figure, and they had 500 of that. The ones that they were low on was Luke Skywalker, Han Solo, Princess Leia, Darth Vader, and Boba Fett. And all the other figures they had tons of. So,
You're talking the Kenner action figures.
No, I'm talking about figures that were about 6 inches tall, and they were made of porcelain, and they were all fired and made in Japan.
Okay.
And then they had all the mugs with faces on them that you could drink from. Okay, and then they had, oh my God, they had so many different things. There were trays. There was a serving tray with, with one of the robots on it. They had about a couple thousand placemats. The placemats all had C-3PO and R2-D2 on them, and those were plastic. But everything that they had was made by a company in Japan called Sigma. Okay, but when I bought that warehouse, you have to understand everybody in the country was sold out of the first Star Wars. You'd be lucky if you could find an old beat-up figure or toy that was still for sale in a store. Everything was gone.
You're talking about this at this point, it's 1980.
It was 1980, and the stores were starting to stock Empire Strikes Back toys and products. They came out a little bit before the movie started, I believe. And when they came out, nobody wanted the old Star Wars stuff, which I had a ton of. I had to buy 2 extra garages to put it in.
So at this point, you estimated that you had the largest mass of Star Wars items?
I did. I did. I had the largest mass of the Star Wars items from the first show. Okay, but within a few months, there were dealers bigger than me, and they had the largest masses of items from the second Star Wars show.
So what did you do with all the original Star Wars items?
I had to wholesale a lot of it. A lot of it you could not, aside from the rarest, like Darth Vader, Boba Fett, I could get good money for those figures. Okay, I could get good money for Han Solo, but those were the fewest. Okay, Luke Skywalker, Princess Leia, the 2 robots, you could sell them, but not as well as the main characters. Everybody wanted Han Solo and Boba Fett and Darth Vader first.
So you had to drive back that truck?
I had to drive the truck to Michigan and back all by myself. Took a day to go and a day to come back. And I think I spent a day loading it. But I made money on the deal. It's just that I didn't make anywhere near what I thought I would make because nobody wanted the original Star Wars because it was over.
It's kind of hard to imagine that right now.
Well, right now it is because all the stuff went way up in value. But
Yeah, but
then,
it's hard to imagine at that time that Star Wars turned passe because Empire Strikes Back was coming out.
Yeah, I forget what it was. I think I had a TIE bomber. That was back then. It was right after the second Star Wars movie. I think the TIE bomber used to sell for $1,000, but I paid $800 for it. And all I can tell you is that it was stolen from me.
Mm.
I know who stole it, but I could never prove it.
Thank you so much for joining us.
Please continue to follow and interact with us on both Facebook and Twitter.
If you use Apple IIe, Commodore 64, or Tandy computers, find us on your bulletin board system. Your 5-star feedback is always welcome.
Theme music provided by Checkpoint Charley.
Until next time, live long and may the Force be with you.
Nanu nanu.